Ever heard of a whaling attack? The whale will be a senior executive in your organization, but the attack can involve anyone. Cyber criminals use fraudulent emails that play on our human nature to trust and respond to our peers or to those in authority, usually quickly and efficiently. The following is a real-life story involving a leading publicly listed UK organization that lost nearly £500,000 to such an attack. The names have been changed to protect their identity. Imagine that you were the chief executive officer or CEO of that organization. You and your finance director, Carla, commissioned an executive search firm to find suitable candidates for a C-suite position. You both informed your executive assistants of the project and advised them that it was urgent, highly confidential, and not to tell anyone. What you didn't know was that as the search commenced, cyber criminals had already gained access to your company's systems via a suspected phishing incident. This allowed them to access Carla's email account and start planning an attack. The first strike came when the criminals sent an email from Carla to her executive assistant, Bradley. Attached was an invoice, supposedly from an executive search firm that you'd already approved, asking to arrange speedy payment. Bradley passed this to finance for payment, knowing the secrecy and urgency of the project. Finance then sent an email to Carla seeking final approval. However, this email was intercepted by the cyber criminals, who then pretended to be Carla and subsequently sent their approval back to finance. The invoice was processed and paid, netting the cyber criminals a cool £40,000. But the criminals were feeling lucky and thought, this is just the beginning. In their reply to the payment, the criminals highlighted that there remained an outstanding sum. The second invoice was for £434,000. Still posing as Carla, the attackers then authorized immediate payment by email. This raised appropriate concerns because of the size of the invoice. So, Bradley sent a text to Carla to check she was happy to authorize. Carla, who was at an investor event, didn't see the text. So Bradley then emailed the group HR director, Emma, to ask if she could confirm the fee with the agency was right. Emma then contacted Carla directly to check. This process took just 30 minutes. The attackers were watching, and again, acting as Carla, they responded to Bradley to say that Emma had contacted her to ask what the problem was. Their statement read, "I thought I asked you to arrange immediate payment. You shouldn't be emailing others. This is a confidential project. Just get it paid now." Bradley then passed the invoice to finance for immediate payment. It was paid in full after a final approval was sent by the attackers, masquerading as Carla. The criminals pocketed a further jaw-dropping £434,000. But they were still not satisfied. About 3 weeks later, they sent an email from their fake accounts payable team saying they still hadn't received payment. Carla was called out of a board meeting and at this point realized something was seriously wrong. She demanded to see the related chain of emails. Only then was the incident reported to the security team and you, the CEO. Until the board meeting, no one had spoken to you or Carla in person about the payment request or sought your approval. All communication happened through email, which the criminals had intercepted. In the aftermath, you commissioned an internal investigation into what had happened. You realized that no one had appreciated just how coordinated the attackers had been. The right questions had not been raised at the right time. Not only had the criminals infiltrated the network and executive email system, but they exploited the secret nature of the project, stressed the urgency for payment, and mimicked the executive authority in sanctioning approval for payment at critical points. They played to their strengths and targeted your weaknesses. It was the criminals' understanding of how people behave that had allowed the attack to succeed. Your colleagues had only used one channel that is, email, to inquire about the payment request, and these were intercepted by the criminals. A simple phone or video call or face-to-face chat would have blown the criminals' plot wide open. Safe whale watching.